Well, good afternoon, kids. Johnny Herrmann here. It is Tuesday, April 23rd. And luckily for me this year, I pulled a week 2 Wisconsin turkey tag. With the mild winter that we had this year, the turkeys have been going for a long time, so I'm glad I got an earlier season this year. You can see my blind sitting right up there. I already put that up along with a couple of stealth cameras. We got plenty of birds down here on this creek bottom flat, so that's it's looking good, fingers crossed. But I always go get a bunch of my stuff in here the day before I'm gonna hunt, because obviously when you're walking under a whole bunch of turkeys in the dark, you don't want to be clanking and making a bunch of noise and blah 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 blah. So anyways, we're gonna get our seats in there. I got a buddy sitting with me tomorrow that's gonna film. We're gonna get our decoys all set up. I actually been shooting my bow a bunch. I'm gonna drop my bow in there, so we're just gonna have to get our decoys set up in the morning and maybe monkey around with a couple of cameras and we'll be good to go. So let's get to it. You know, all you guys that watch me shoot these turkeys here in this roost spot, man, I had an incredible hunt in here last year on my first sit. I had a bunch of toms in here, but I had 5 of them come into the deeks, shot the boss. But I know I'm sure you guys, I'd be doing the same thing if I was watching my videos, going, man, that guy's got it so good in that spot and blah 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 blah. But you know, it takes a lot of work in the spot to be able to get in here on these turkeys when they're, you know, right under, you know, I'm right underneath them. So I clear out that path so that I'm not breaking a bunch of sticks getting in here. Plus it gives me some direction as to walking in the dark. I'll put my decoys out, get them all set up so that, you know, my shooting windows are all right. Get my second angle cameras all set up so that when I come in here tomorrow morning, it's pretty much just climbing in the blind. Well, I go out, I set those decoys up, and then I just sneak back in, get back in this blind, and you know, it's worked out for me for many years. But I guess the bottom line is it is a lot of work to get set up to hunt this spot, but it sure is a good spot.
North Lansing. There's unbelievable.
I think
There's 12 toms there. Actually, there's 13 toms, and you call one was 14.
14.
Unbelievable.
Wow. Have you ever seen anything like that? My God. So anyways, we were sitting here thinking, man, maybe there isn't as many birds in this spot as there was, you know, in previous years. And turns out a bunch of them were roosted on the other side of the creek. So we just kind of played the Clinton Fawcett patience game. Them first 4 came in, but none of them wanted to address the Jake decoy, so I didn't shoot any of them. We had some birds coming from across the creek, so I figured something was going to happen. And sure enough, they kind of all met at the decoys at the same time. I don't know how many toms we had at the decoys there when I shot this bird, but I got a little jumpy and shot this bird low. Took out one of his legs, and he just struggled off over this little knob, and I don't know what, there's probably 7 or 8 jakes that are finishing the job for me, so we're just gonna try to let it settle down in here and let these birds filter out of here before we go over and collect that bird. So man, what a morning. I mean, just crazy. I think we had 14 different toms on this flat with us, so man, this spot is something else.
No, I'm gonna leave it.
This is how it's supposed to work out every time you go turkey hunting. Man, oh man, just had an incredible morning this morning. You know, when they were on the roost, we just didn't have as much gobbling as I normally have in here, and I was telling my buddy that sat with me and filmed for me this morning, I was like, this might be the least amount of gobbling I've ever heard in here. And he said, yeah, he sat with me a few times down in here. He said same thing, you know. And then when they hit the ground, man, there was toms and turkeys everywhere in here. So we ended up having 4 toms come in. They must have been kind of subordinates. They didn't want to pound on that Jake, and I just was trying to be patient, and they ended up walking off. And you know, it's kind of an oh well moment where you go, well, I could have shot one of them, but let's see what else happens. Well, this group of toms that we had across the creek started coming, so they got across the creek on our side of the flat here, and then these toms that were on our side saw them coming, and they all kind of met at the decoys. And I haven't looked at the film yet, but I think we had 14 toms, you know, within, I don't know, 25 yards of the blind at the time I shot this bird. So not my best shot. Shoot them high, watch them die. I had a couple of great shots last year. Got a little rushed, I think, on this shot, and luckily I was on those back legs and took out one of his back legs, which, you know, puts them down because they can't fly. So he just stumbled off into a brush pile, and the toms and the jakes just had their way with him for probably a half an hour. It was the craziest thing. I mean, it was just chaotic in here with all those birds and this wounded one. So he didn't go very far. Just an awesome morning, beautiful weather. Got to, you know, sit in the blind with my buddy. He got to witness this whole thing. So if that doesn't get you excited for turkey hunting, I don't know what will. But again, the old roost spot pays off. So this is week 2 of Wisconsin's spring turkey season. I've also got week 4 and week 5. So hopefully this isn't going to be my last bird of the year, but it sure is nice to get them done on the first morning. May end up trying to sneak back in here with my son-in-law tomorrow morning and see if we can recreate. So hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I know I sure enjoyed bringing it to you. So until next time, bow hunter die. This is always a fun part of shooting a turkey, is seeing how much he weighs. And this is obviously a bigger bird. 23.6. I'm guessing with the easy winter we had up in here in Wisconsin, they maybe put on a couple extra pounds, but great way to start out the season.
It's starting to get a little light so we can see, but we got a bird literally right here gobbling. Maybe 100 yards in the woods there. I had no idea I'd be this close, so this might work. Kind of sounds like a Jake gobble, but I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's the only one I've heard too, so. But I had pictures. Pretty sure it was yesterday. I had a picture or a video of a longbeard on this clover plot down here in the afternoon. No, yesterday morning. I don't remember now, but yes, this might work. It might be a Tom. I'll shoot him in the face, baby. Wine cork. Works great. Burn it a little bit, put it on your face. I missed his head by like, not very much. Twisted up in here. Didn't work very good, but we're gonna go out and get him. Shot right in the spine. So, there you go. Put him down. We're done, baby. Woohoo! I want to show you guys a little something. This muddy blind, it's pretty sweet. Check this out. This is a game changer when it comes to turkey hunting. Not that it's going to help you shoot better, obviously, because I missed the head, but it's just it's just more fun, in my opinion. You get to see these birds up close and personal, and you don't have the blind obstructing your view. This decoy setup right here has been a killer over the years for me. Basically, Jake over laying down hen, breeding hen, whatever you want to call it. And when they came out with this HDR Jake decoy, these feathers all puffed up like that on the back, it's just been unreal, the footage we can get for these birds to come in and cooperate a little bit easier. They don't hang up as much. But this bird came out with 2 hens, and at the time I didn't even know, but there were like 4 or 5 jakes coming out also back here on this back ridge. And he came right up in here, and I was bound and determined to try a headshot. I'm fighting this cold, and he's a pretty nice bird. He's got I don't know, 10.5-inch beard, maybe 11, and he got some pretty good hooks on him. I would say they're 1.25-ish. So yeah, great bird. Looks like we got 23 even on the HME scale.
Watch me, this is my roost spot where I shot that, had them, damn it. Gonna be, they're gonna be where I want them.